Let's hide this plane now. It's just irritating, so I go for hide. The point could also be hidden. I go for the tree here and say hide point. Okay. Let's bring back the head. And that's simple. Right click head and choose show. There we go. It's still two bodies, so to actually glue this together you need to choose combine. You find it under feature and just move down a little bit above split. You have combine. Combine is not just combining. Actually you could subtract or find the common body volume. In this case we don't change it. It's good with add. So we just add the bodies. One body there and one body there. And we could accept with a right click of the mouse, or we could accept here to the left, or we could accept in the corner. Great. So we have one solid body and we're almost done. Okay, let's do some cut for the screwdriver. So here I will use a little trick. I will go for one of the planes and then I will control drag this one. It will make me an instant copy that I could just position wherever I like. So I just position it there. If you like, you could adjust the value here. So if you for some reason would like to be more exact, you could change that value. From this plane I will go straight down and burn with a laser beam, and that would be a cut. So I go and choose not extruded boss base but extruded cut. Cut means negative body. It jumps straight into the sketch because I had the plane already selected. So look at the corner, and if you're in a sketch, why not work normal direction? If it flips in the wrong direction, just do it again. Spacebar and normal direction. Okay, let's start to make a pattern here for the screwdriver. And this is a little work here, so let's start. Escape. Okay, so now we have a pattern there that we of course should line up and maybe put some dimensions on. So first of all, let's try to do it a little bit more symmetrical. So you have several possibilities to work symmetrical. One is to choose a center line. So if I carefully grab the midpoint there, I have a center line that I could force and just go for right click, select midpoint. So now we have the midpoint of the center line, and then I will shift click the 0 point here. And coincident. So now I have forced them together. Accept that. So now if I take a corner here and start to move, we can see that there is some kind of symmetry here. Okay, so it would be nice if these followed each other. So if I click that one and shift click that one, I would like them to be co-linear. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. If I now move a little bit here, we could see that is all right, but now we would like to do the same thing in the vertical direction here. So let's go for a center line down there, and I could click on 3 things, and if one of those shift clicked things are a center line, you could ask for symmetry. So now these are symmetrical. Okay, let's see what happens if we work with this. Yeah, pretty nice. This one is not the same length as that one. We could maybe use the symmetry here again. So that's one possibility, to just click, shift click and choose symmetry. Another possibility is to choose that one and shift click this one and say, you guys, you should be equal length. Okay, so let's see what happens now if I move around. Yeah, great. And why not force that one to have the same length? Okay, equal. So now if I move around, yeah, cool. What happens if I move on this side here? Yeah, pretty nice. So we could still see that some stuff here is not following, but let's put in some dimensions here. So if I, for instance, ask for 2 millimeter in that direction and accept, we could see that the lines are blue, so there is still some constraint that needs to be done. So in this case here we could see that in this direction there is no symmetry. So if I now shift click these here, they should of course be equal length. Okay, and now it starts to become black here. Okay, cool. So 2 millimeter. If I go for smart dimension, we could also decide the overall size here. So if I ask for 6 there, oh, maybe a little bit more. Let's go for 7. Go for 7 millimeter and accept. Okay, there's still blue stuff here. So if you would like to know what you need to do, just grab something and try to change the position. So in this case I can see that this line here is not equal to that one. So if I force those to be equal, wow, everything is black. So I don't even need to test. I can't move anything now. This is absolutely fully defined. So if I go out from this sketch now, it starts a laser beam. But the laser beam goes in the wrong direction. So I could just take the arrow here and move it in here. So approximately like that. You could also fine adjust 4.2 and accept. Wow, perfect. The plane here, I don't need to see it anymore. So I just go for right click and hide. Let's add some fillets and then we're done. Okay, fillet, and the default size here is too big, so let's go for 0.3 maybe, and I add in some edges, but I could also choose a surface, and if I click this surface here, it should try to fill it all directions, and it does. Amazing. Let's do the same on that edge, that edge, that edge, all edges here. So I have a nice looking cut. And if you choose the wrong edge, you could always go into the blue window here and select and delete. So nice to make fillets in Solidworks. Okay, what happened there? Let's zoom in. I need that edge. Great. And now we could accept this. And there we go. Super. we might realize that the size here is a little bit too wide. So if you like, you could double click on that feature and you have these values up here. So if I choose to have 1.5 instead, it looks a little bit better. Yeah, super. Just click in space and we're done. If you would like to change the appearance, you could do that by choosing the library with a lot of different pre-made things here. So here you can go in and choose whatever you like. If you drop an appearance, you have different possibilities. Just choose the face. But if you move over these, you could just choose the one that is appropriate for you. In Solidworks, you don't have perspective turned on automatically. So if you like, you could change the setting here, the view setting, so you get this displayed in perspective. You go for display and perspective. And if you like, you could even modify the lens of the camera. So if you go for view and modify, you could change the value for the perspective. So first you choose display, turn on perspective, and then you choose modify, and you could modify the perspective. And here you have a value here that you could change to whatever value you like. So you could make a crazy wide angle lens here. If you choose 0.5, and it looks a little bit more cool. Okay, great. That's it. Thank you.